Final update: my brother painted me as a wicked sister who stole everything from him, so I ruined his life by letting his wife know that he blew his inheritance away and was drowning in debt. I called over my lawyer friend Lawrence and explained that I needed more information on a few things but would need a house call because of the contractors coming and going. When he arrived and no one was there, he looked annoyed until I explained the freezer. He told me if we found a body, he would bail but was laughing as we went down to the basement. This was all yesterday. We put on gloves and masks. He held the camera and said all this identifying stuff like date, time, address, etc. I opened it. Inside were important documents sealed in a lot of plastic. There were also old bottles of moonshine, frozen pressed flowers in a book with dates, a bit of cash, coins, specifically, and an ancient-looking porcelain doll. The documents were birth certificates and death certificates going back quite a while. It looks like I would have had another sibling if they had lived, and I would have had 3 more aunts if they had lived, and a few other even older relatives. We figure the flowers were from the funerals or services, considering the dates attached to the pages where the flowers were pressed. The bottles, jars, really, of moonshine looked old. The only reason I knew it was moonshine was thanks to Lawrence. He said alcohol doesn't usually freeze and he opened it and told me based on the smell. The coins will be appraised very soon, as I am also still going through all the other coins I have found in the curtains and other odd places. On to Mason. His wife has filed for divorce. She is going for full custody. She has the kids with her at her mother's. She reached out to me and explained that Mason had told her the only thing left was the house and it was willed to all 3 of them, and that he was waiting for me to buy out his part of the house. But when I sent that message, something seemed hinky. So she started to dig. Mason has maxed out all their credit cards. The house is now on a reverse mortgage when it had been paid off, and he opened a few in her name. He didn't use that life-changing money left to him to pay off any of that. She isn't sure where the money went, but when she locked down her credit, it left him unable to use the cards he took out in her name and it sparked a massive fight. I can't even begin to imagine where the money has gone. He doesn't have new cars, new devices, new anything. Their 2 kids are both old enough to understand what is going on. They won't talk to him until he tells them why they are losing their childhood home, why he hurt their mom, and where all the money is. My niece knows all the accounts are empty, including her college account, and she is furious. My nephew isn't as worried about college. Mason keeps messaging me about how it's all my fault and just overall being nasty. I would have blocked him if it wasn't for the fact we were collecting evidence. My sister admitted he is ranting to her about it all, but she doesn't want to get him upset at her because they live just a few blocks away from each other, so it's easier for him to come knocking on her door. Despite that, she will not be staying with me. My fence should be starting built any day now. I will be getting my 2 doggos tomorrow. I think I have everything I need. Update 4. I did pass along to my soon-to-be ex-sister-in-law about checking her children's credit. I checked mine as well. The kids have smaller problems with their credit now, thanks to Mason. She locked down credit and I sent Lawrence to speak with her and he set her on a path of wrecking Mason with one of his lawyer friends who specializes in this sort of thing. My credit was not touched but I have locked it down, and I warned my sister of the same but I haven't heard back. To clear a few things up quickly, when my sister-in-law told me they were underwater on the house, I translated that to a reverse mortgage because there was a big celebration years ago about them finally paying it off. When sister-in-law locked down her credit, she jumped through hoops and got several cards that she did not open shut down. I won't be able to do much in terms of trust funds for my nibblings, unfortunately, but I am the trustee or overseer of the ones my mother had set up for them. Debating heavily on telling them / my sister-in-law because word might get back to Mason. I fronted 3 months worth of rent for my sister-in-law so she could get her own place so that the courts had no reason to look at her with suspicion. Mason is quickly going to lose the house and I don't want any reason to change her custody. Another reason I did that was so that she and the kids could get to somewhere he didn't know about. All contact is now through lawyers. Mason went to sister-in-law mother's house while they were all out to a school function and destroyed the place. They are still trying to figure out if anything was taken. Furniture, pictures, and decorations were smashed. Clothing, including his own kids, was shredded, and he threw mud all around the house. He popped tires on my sister-in-law's car and threatened the neighbors. The neighbors called the cops. There was a problem during the arrest, and he and one of the cops were sent to the ER for stitches. How he managed bail money, I don't know, but I suspect he bullied our sister Brittany into it. Because she has been radio silent during all of this, I think he may have taken up staying with her. The house is going to be taken any day now, and my sister-in-law is fighting to keep her car. That was what my sister-in-law told me. Mason has been non-stop messaging and calling me. He even started a smear campaign on social media, getting our extended family to ream me out for not supporting a grieving man who just lost his mother, his wife, his kids, his house, and his dignity. When I spoke with them, it quickly became apparent he circulated one hell of a bullshit story that painted me as a wicked sister who stole everything from him, and that's why I could afford to do all the work on the house. Like, I have a drug problem and dried up everything he had for drugs, rehab, and more. All bullshit. Even after talking with them, not very many believe me. My fence is being built, and work around the house is still ongoing. I added a home security system and a few hidden baseball bats because some of the DMs I got about what he could do scared me. I added extra locks around the house and am considering getting rid of the sliding glass door or getting something to lock it like a gate. Lawrence warned me putting too much going forward might harm my case of a restraining order and slander.